Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. For those of you who don't know, I started Grumpy Old Fart to express my political and social opinions and to say things that I felt needed to be said. Unfortunately, YouTube started giving me strikes. As a hedge against this happening, I've created backup YouTube channels, Grumpy Old Gamer and Grumpy Old Ufologist. I also created a channel called Grumpy Old Fart over on Rumble, a free speech alternative to YouTube. You can find all of my stuff there, including my political opinion and current events. The link to my Rumble channel, as well as links to let you order my books, are in the description of this video. If you enjoy my content, please like, subscribe, share, and comment. I welcome your comments, even if you disagree with me. Now, on with the video. Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm still getting over that cold, so my voice is going to be kind of scratchy, and I may break out into a cough here and there. Just, beg your pardon ahead of time and bear with me. I've been playing D&D since the 1970s. I've been running advanced Dungeons and Dragons games since 1979. One of the trickiest parts of a new campaign is the beginning adventures. And yes, that's adventures plural. Gone are the days of, okay, you all meet at a tavern and get ready to go on this adventure. Nobody does that anymore. When I first started, as a matter of fact, the very first game that I ever played, when I was playing the game, that's how the guy started it out. But being a dungeon master was new back then, so they were still working the bugs out of both ends. Gaming, playing and running. So, and those days are long, long gone. If you start out a campaign with, well, you all meet at a tavern and decide to adventure together, yeah, you're robbing your players of a lot of adventure and a lot of fun. You see, each of your players has created a unique and individual character to run in your game. Each player character has its own background and origin. So, if you have 6 players, you have 6 different stories and backgrounds that you have to intertwine into the thread of your story, your campaign. A character raised in a wealthy or noble setting will have radically different ideas, perceptions, and manners than, say, a character raised on a ranch or on a farm. Each player character has to be run separately at first in order to reach a point where they all meet. The beginning adventures have to take each individual character from their player-created starting points to a time and place where the group comes together with common cause to reach a singular goal. This can be exceedingly difficult. Plan for your player characters to leave where they are and converge at a specific place and time where they can discover that common cause. Your campaign has a beginning point. It would behoove you to make that point the convergence point where all of your beginning adventures take the individual player characters. So they start where they started at, where their backstories, they start there, and these beginning adventures end at the beginning of your campaign. And all the player characters have to get to that convergent point, the beginning of your campaign. Each player character will have to have an individual story appropriate to the character and its background, which reaches that convergence point. It will be necessary to run each player separately from the others, possibly letting them earn enough experience to rise a level or two for these individual adventures. One of the cardinal sins of a dungeon master is to not take a PC backstory into account when creating these individual beginning adventures, and not taking that backstory into account when creating the main campaign. In other words, think of your campaign as a strong metal alloy. You mix in specific ingredients, blend them properly in order to make a strong steel to forge a sword. Each player character backstory must be added and blended properly in order to make a good campaign. So, the player characters each start with a different story. You weave these together into the fabric of your campaign. Just like you mix different metals together to form a strong alloy to make your sword. Same thing. Good individual beginning adventures are a key aspect in creating a good campaign. The players have to believe that they made the choices which led them all to meeting up. Another of the cardinal sins is to force a player character to go a certain way. Now, of course, the player characters have to reach the beginning point of your campaign, so a certain amount of coercion and prodding is necessary. But they can't know they're being coerced or prodded to go in a certain direction, or to take certain actions. It has to seem like it's all their choice. This takes planning and practice. It is not easy. I've been running games for 43 years and I still find it one of the most challenging aspects of the game. Consider finding something in the player character backstory or origin that will give the player motivation to participate in the game. One of the worst things as a dungeon master is for a player to say, my character has no reason or desire to do this or to be here or whatever. My character has no reason to do this. Why am I here? Motivation is key. There are so many variations on the different classes of characters that specific ideas on beginning adventures would be moot. However, general themes on ideas might help you come up with some of your own. For example, a villain could rob a player character's family of gold or goods. He stole from us, you got to go get it back. That kind of thing. A wealthy noble or player character like a cavalier, a wealthy or noble player character like a cavalier might be put on a quest or be dishonored somehow, and he's got to get that honor back. He's honor bound to go do this. That kind of thing. An exceedingly poor family could be in debt to someone, and the player character must find gold to pay the debt. A lord or noble could seize the land of a player character's family, prompting the player character to take revenge. The player character could be taken by force as a slave, for example, prompting escape and retribution. These are just a few ideas, and I realize that these ideas are general and vague, but that was on purpose. You have to come up with different ideas. The same old thing gets old quickly. Oh look, we're starting out at the end of a war again. I get that all the time, because when there's a war, player characters are forced to work together. So at the end of the war, groups of people are mustered out together. We don't need you anymore. Here's your pay. Get out. That's what happens at the end of wars, and it's a common way for dungeon masters to get player characters together. And in the past, when I've been asked to run a game on the spur of the moment, that has been one of my go-to things, and I got to be honest, I fell into the rut of doing it a lot. So, that gets old pretty quick. I'm just saying. And I know this video is kind of all over the place, but I really hope it helps to make your campaign really memorable for your players. Again, remember, the litmus test for your game is if the players are having fun. If the players are having fun, your game is successful. You have succeeded as a dungeon master. It's that simple. The whole point is to have fun. Hope this finds everybody well. You folks have a good day. God bless one and all.